What's up, nerds? Plugged In is back and better than ever. I'm your host, Tyler, along with Daniel and Max. And today we'll be talking about the 2025 Oscars, Invincible Season 3, Star Wars news, and so much more. Let's roll that intro. Alright, so our first topic of the day, the 2025 Oscars. Any surprises this year at all for you guys?
There was stuff that happened.
Yeah.
I was disappointed with a lot of it.
I agree with that.
Conclave didn't win enough.
True.
Because it should have won Best Actor. It should have
Okay.
won Best. Well, all right. I get The Brutalist winning Best Score.
Yeah.
But the Conclave score had me hooked right away into that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was just such a good movie. I was happy with Best Adapted Screenplay.
Yeah.
I was happy with that. I feel like a lot of stuff was up in the air right up until Oscars because a lot of the award season was kind of who's going to win what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just kind of like up to interpretation and stuff. I think something that was very like overrated though about the Oscars this year with like Amelia Perez and stuff like that. Yeah, I know you're
Don't
pretty
even
distant.
Don't even get me started.
I mean, Tyler, I'm curious to think of what you think.
Well, it's a good thing he's hosting, so we don't have to hear about his opinions. Anyway,
You have to hear about my opinions. This
Anyways.
is bullying. This is bullying.
Amelia Perez won like Best Original Song,
I don't know how
which
that song is
the
bad.
French winners decided to go and sing this. Was it a Spanish song or was the song in English?
No, the song was in
Spanish.
Spanish. But it was
So it was French people wrote a movie in Spanish for American people.
basically they wrote a
Yeah.
movie about Mexico, but they're French. Don't know
See,
why
but
they did
Zoe
that.
Saldana
Yeah.
didn't even said that the movie wasn't even the heart of Mexico. That wasn't what the movie was about.
She didn't even say anything like that in her speech.
She
It's
didn't?
kind of sad. No, not that I remember at least.
I thought she was like, no, Mexico. She did say, thank you. She said exactly what I just said, right? She
still
dissed
said it in her
Mexico.
speech, though.
She
Yeah.
dissed Mexico basically, and like she's like a fine actress,
Yeah.
but it's better if she's CGI'd. You know,
And
like
blue.
and blue because Avatar is an awesome movie. And speaking of Avatar, it should have won more Oscars too. Best VFX should have won at least like 4 different Oscars because that
It
movie
didn't
is
win
awesome.
anything, did it? That year?
For sure won Best VFX.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
2022 was a year.
It
a
was.
year.
What even came out that year? Oh, a lot came out actually. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Man, screw
Yeah.
that movie. All right.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What do you mean screw
because-
everything?
Because it has more award wins than Return of the King.
As it should.
Okay.
And it's only because it had good acting performances.
The movie was amazing.
So
Yeah.
it is a really good movie. I don't mean to hate on it, but it is a good movie.
What did you want to win this year? Yeah.
Dune Part
Yeah, I
2.
think we're.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty disappointing. It not only
Yeah.
only got nominated for 5 Oscars, but like it should have been nominated and should have won more than the 2 it did.
It should have won Best Picture in cinematography at least to cap off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel
Or
like
nominated for Best Director.
Yeah,
like
that
people
too.
are like, what are we talking
Yeah.
about here?
Snubbed twice.
I don't
In
know.
the span of 5 years.
I feel like Dune, especially Part 2, with how much build-up went into it, and not to mention the
Be careful what
quality
you
of
say
it.
here.
I'm
He's about to glaze.
exactly, bro.
Dang.
I was about to say, it's like I feel like it should have won a lot more, and I feel like honestly, I feel like it was one of the best movies, if not the best movie of the year.
It was.
And
No question.
I just feel like that it got robbed in so many categories, and I would argue like even and like no, don't get me wrong, I feel like there was a lot of good movies with soundtracks this year, but the Dune soundtrack, oh my god, bro, that
It was immaculate. When
Yeah,
you
it
enter
was
the Harkonnen
amazing.
Arena, so
Dude.
good.
But I don't
Awesome.
know. The apparently a lot of it was reused. Apparently, from what they.
Apparently, this is my first
Yeah.
time on live TV, guys. Apparently,
yeah.
I don't know.
you guys know that video, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Isn't
all right.
that like the
good.
little kid or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I know what you're
thank
talking
you.
about.
Dang. I wanted Alien to win something. Alien Romulus. That movie was awesome, and
if
it went hard.
If it wasn't Dune for VFX, I would
However,
Yeah.
its best
that.
categories, sound, VFX, and cinematography, were all up against Dune.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It didn't
I
even
love
win
Dune.
cinematography. Dune didn't
I
even
know.
win cinematography.
That-
The
Which is
Brutalist.
dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb.
The Brutalist was like a fine movie. It was
Brutalist was mid,
3
bro.
hours and 35 minutes.
With
and
a
like
10-minute
15-minute
intermission,
intermission,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
took me out of the movie. That
Not to
was-
mention, they used
that was
AI
odd.
Yeah.
in both
But it wasn't
Amelia
generative
and-
AI.
Don't care.
That's true.
Still AI.
It's
true.
It's just kind of like it takes away from that.
Yeah. But like,
For accents. The movie took 8 years to make. 8 years. They
8
couldn't do it.
years?
Yeah, 7 to 8 years.
dude, what is this, Black Adam? Like, the hierarchy of the Oscars changed. Like, we get it, all right?
Didn't like some of the people also in the Oscars also just not like
Yeah,
watch
the
some of them?
Oscars are like an invalid award season because people
They
just
are
straight up
anymore.
not watching Dune 2.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Dune 2 because I didn't watch the first one and it's too long of a movie, blah, blah, blah.
Like, I'm sorry you need Subway Surfers underneath Dune Part 2 to get all of it in. But, like, what are we doing here? Are these, like, people serious about movies or not?
They're just a bunch of iPad kids apparently.
They are.
Yeah, clearly they
are.
are. Can't sit through a 3-hour movie, womp womp, cry harder. Like,
They-
go watch your TikToks and stuff. Like,
They sat through Oppenheimer last year, though. Like, what's like 20 minutes less gonna hurt you?
I don't
Like,
know.
nothing.
I don't know.
because Dune Part 2 is not even a boring movie.
It's not. It has
You know what a
action
boring
throughout.
movie is?
The Brutalist.
Brutalist.
The Brutal, alright, it's not like that boring, but I'm also
Amelia
like,
Perez?
I don't know, I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it.
You know what is kind of a boring movie though, and like totally doesn't go in the normal biopic music kind of movies? Alright, X, sounds good. A Complete Unknown
That movie's good. Don't
was
even.
like fine in every single aspect of the word fine. It did nothing extremely well.
That movie's good though.
It's like fine.
But Timothy Chalamet sounds like Bob Dylan.
So,
Okay.
the overall movie is like fine.
So Invincible's next.
Oh man.
I don't really know enough about Invincible.
Okay.
You guys
All
can
right.
take that. I watched
I'm gonna
one
say
episode
this
and
right
that's
now.
it.
I'm about to be the biggest Invincible glazer right here, right now.
All right, we got 3
Amazing.
minutes, so.
Yeah.
Peak. Dude, I'm telling you right now, the Invincible War, I'm not going to go into spoilers because it just came out.
What is
Oh
Invincible
my
War,
God.
Max,
I
for
watched
the
it. I watched
dummies?
it this morning. It's like the Avengers, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the Invincibles come together and fight each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. So
I
essentially,
saw a picture of that. Or
Yeah.
whatever, and the title card is like
Yeah.
weird.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Like all the
They
different
were,
colors of
yeah,
whatever.
they were essentially hinting to the
Representative.
different
Yeah.
Invincibles that were
I
going to be
think.
leaked into the Invincible War,
Okay.
and essentially what it is.
So
is
can we see the Invincible War? No, I'm kidding. 'Cause it's invisible. Get it? Dang, I had him stumped there
Hey,
for
John
a second.
So
He did not know what to do at all.
anyways, so the Invincible War, you got this dude named Angstrom Levy, kind of an overrated villain, but he essentially wants his revenge. So he gets a bunch of these alternate evil marks to go out
Invincibles.
and
Yeah, I know
fight
who
the
it is.
main.
Way to spoil his secret identity.
What the
Dang,
hell?
bro.
Okay.
Go
But
on.
so they go and fight, have these evil alternate marks to go fight the main timeline mark, and it's pretty
Okay.
awesome. You get to see some cool characters like Tech Jacket in there. You get to see the Guardians of the Globe. Well, the Guardians are kind of
Galaxy?
The globe.
they're like
Globe. It's like the
bootleg.
Avengers, basically.
No,
but,
they're like
worse.
they're like the bootleg Justice League, bro. Like they're not that good, but even now they're even worse. And they're like,
They all got murked in episode 1.
yeah. And then this is like the
They did.
reboot. They're
At the
the
end of
reboot.
episode 1, the very first episode of Invincible, they all just get killed off.
In
Pretty
the first
much.
season?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the rebooted version, they're just as bad. Like I still don't understand.
It's like,
like
if the Teen Titans had to take over for the Justice League.
pretty
That's exactly what happened.
And then
Okay,
the
I think I can see
and then
that,
it's
yeah.
like the immortal always comes back, but then gets beat by the same people every single time, and it's so annoying to see. It's like this dude glazes Cecil so much, and it's just like, all right, bro, what are we doing?
Doing what to Cecil?
Okay, you okay,
Whoa,
buddy.
whoa, this is a
Whoa,
school.
All right,
This is a
all
school
right,
team.
buddy. I don't want to hear it. You
Whoa.
brought up Blazing Conclave first, so.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
'cause it's a good
Whoa,
movie.
come on, man.
Okay. all right.
Don't hate. You
And I
haven't
haven't
watched
even seen
it.
Conclave yet, and I hear
Look at this.
it's
Look at
pretty
them making their tortellinis.
good. That's handmade. That means it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I even want to eat that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at how they're inspecting the plates, making sure everything's right in Italian.
Is that Isabella Rossellini?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's a pretty good episode. I'm excited for the fight with Conquest. And
Okay.
fun fact, the dude who plays Conquest is actually the same dude who played Negan in The Walking Dead. So
Oh, yeah, he's in The Boys. Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
yeah,
That's his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
The dude with the baseball bat,
Yeah,
right?
so-
Walking Dead fans?
Yeah, he killed. He
Okay, cool.
spoiler
that.
alert, but
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Spoilers
for
Invincible
Walking
season
Dead.
3.
No,
all
Walking
right,
Dead.
Never mind.
He Negan killed Glenn, so it's kind
No,
of
Glenn.
No, not Glenn.
I'm only on season 3.
Only on End episode 1!
No, I'm playing. I haven't seen that show.
I got through half of the first episode years ago and I couldn't continue.
How long is that show? How do they
Like,
make?
like 20
12.
seasons long.
Yeah, 20, bro.
It's just zombies.
I don't
right?
know.
Like, that's it?
Adventures of Rick Grimes, bro. I
Don't
guess.
ask
I don't
me.
know.
It's not even like Zack Snyder zombies where they're like special and cool, right?
Yeah, they just kind of
Yeah.
walk, dude. They're just like me when I wake up and go to my 9 a.m.
Dude, that's true. That is
That
like
is
you.
so true. Just like Invincible, where there's a war up in the stars. Star Wars. Daniel, what's the
I'm
Star Wars
walking
news?
out.
What was the
Alright.
Star Wars news that came out, Daniel?
Star Wars is like the coolest thing ever.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it is. You people who don't like Star Wars, and I mean that in a mean way, you're just losers, okay? Like, it's like the biggest IP of all time, and
Yes.
it's like not really close. Like, of course there's Marvel, but like
Yeah.
that's what happens when you release 8 movies a year.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
Star Wars is cool, okay?
Yes.
Andor season 2
Yeah, we
trailer
got
came
the trailer
out.
for that.
I'm excited.
this
It's like
movie.
genuinely the best Star Wars TV show ever made.
Oh.
Like, it's like it is. Have you watched Andor?
Well, Andor is S tier show. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
All I can remember from that trailer is he walks away without looking at an explosion,
And it goes
reminded
hard.
Me, it reminded me of the Batman, the Dark Knight Joker scene where he's
Yeah.
walking away from the hospital, and then the other half didn't go, so he goes, and just goes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is. Andor's really good. Currently rewatching it.
Okay.
I would highly recommend it. Best cinematography in any Star Wars show. Best acting. Best
Is
writing.
it set before Rogue One or after?
Yeah, it's before Rogue One. Because
Okay.
spoiler alert for Rogue One, Cassian Andor, the main character in Andor, dies at the end of Rogue One.
How's he die again?
The Death Star.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
Also,
You
like
don't
Rogue
remember
One
the-
is like such a hard movie
It was good.
in like every single way. It's like
Yeah.
spies and
I just
hope
haven't
and
seen
rebellion.
it in like a
Pretty
couple
much.
years.
And like Darth
so-
Vader, Darth Vader might be the coolest character in all of fiction.
One of, I would say one
Yeah.
of the best
Like
antagonists
he's
of all
up there.
time.
Like, he's up there, because like the aura is unreal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Palpatine has pretty good aura.
like he
too,
walks
bro.
into the Tantive 4 at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of A New Hope, and he just walks in. You're like, dang, he looks like a bad guy,
I didn't
and
know
he is
Plugged In
the
got brain
bad
rot
guy.
here. I didn't know Plugged In got brain rot.
We've been
Bruh.
ever since the mole days, bro. We've been brain rot.
That's true. The mole days were a while, but also Kathleen Kennedy stepped down as
Yeah,
president of
that's
Lucasfilm
true.
at the end of the year.
Did you see who all people want to?
So
take
naturally,
over?
I know who I want. So I sent an email to Lucasfilm HR asking to put my name forward for the position. They have yet to get back to me. I know I'm wearing a Dune shirt right now, but if you're seeing this, I know who the hiring manager is. But please hire me.
Trying to get-
I really want to direct a Star Wars movie. Can you please hire me to make a Darth Bane
who would you
Rule of
cast
Two?
in your Who would you cast in your Star Wars movie?
Dang, that's a loaded question. I hadn't gotten that far.
Okay, we have time.
Come back to me in like 5 minutes.
Okay. So I saw that Dave Filoni was on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
So
screw Dave Filoni. He can't write for crap.
Daniel also agrees with me. I think he kind of looks like Tom Segura. In a sense.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
does.
he looks like
Yeah,
Tom
he
Segura
does
so
look
bad.
He does.
Especially in the one picture on the one Instagram post I saw. It was like a slideshow of people, and I looked at Dave Filoni. I was like, yeah, that's Dave Filoni. I went a couple over, then went back. I was like, he looks like Tom Segura. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Dave Filoni can be very hit or miss. Like he comes out with bangers and then he just kind of has like.
I think
when
he's
it's-
I think he's good when he's a creative lead on a show,
Yeah.
but not when he's the like main writer on a show, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And it's just like I mean, for me as a Dave Filoni fan, every single time that he does have a flop, it's like pretty heartbreaking. Because it's like you know what this dude's capable of.
Like
but-
Ahsoka. Like Ahsoka was pretty mid,
Yeah.
What I
and
hear.
it should have been animated. She
Yeah.
should have never been brought into live action.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Seems,
say give it to Jon Favreau. I don't know if he was on the list, but
He was. I saw a list from the Hollywood Reporter, and Jon Favreau was.
I say give it to him.
I don't know, man. Jon Favreau makes some pretty good movies.
Yeah.
So there's
You ever watch
that.
Iron Man?
I have watched
That was
Iron
pretty
Man.
good.
Yeah.
Ever watch No, he didn't do Iron Man 3, did he?
No, he did Iron Man 2 though.
Yes.
Which
But
was not a
Flash,
good movie.
He wants his bird.
Yeah. I was like, no, he did not. He did not do Whiplash. For a second. I was very
Yeah.
confused. But anyways, back to your question.
Yeah.
I thought about it a little
Okay.
bit. I would want Cillian Murphy as a Star Wars character. I think he could go hard as a Jedi or a Sith.
Oh my God! Don't freak out, but he's right behind you. Cillian Murphy's right behind you.
Oh shoot, he's standing behind, like in front of the smoke, like, oh, he's right behind me, isn't he? Kind of thing. And yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know where I was going with that one.
I think Cillian Murphy could do pretty well.
He would.
I think you get some like younger actors in there too to like get young people in on Star Wars. Like if you cast Zendaya in Star Wars, people would go feral. But yeah, Cillian Murphy would be pretty cool.
He would be cool.
I want to see Sebastian Stan become Luke Skywalker. I think he has the look for
Give
it.
him a metal arm as well too.
No,
Yeah.
it's a hand first
Whatever.
of all.
Hand. Give him a metal. Whatever.
But I
it
think
is.
Sebastian Stan has a look to be Luke Skywalker, like a post-Empire, pre-Luke Skywalker creating the Jedi Order again. I think he's got that kind of look.
Our last thing for today, upcoming movies. Mickey 17 comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, that looks gas.
It does really
Like, I
good.
can't
Amazing
lie, that
movie.
looks like a good movie.
We have Nova Kane next
what
week,
is
March
that about?
14th. Jack Quaid plays Nathan Kane, and he can't feel pain. That was a hard bar.
Like, was the whole thing of the movie for that
The-
to rhyme? Or
No, I don't know.
Okay.
But he can't feel pain apparently, so that's pretty cool. I don't
It's
know.
not. I feel like that's like harmful for everyone who that can happen to. Because like you put your hand on a stove and you like naturally move it away because it's hot. But if they can't feel pain, they just don't move it and their hand's permanently damaged.
This just sounds like a I Am 14 and I Am Deep sort of movie. Like, it just feels like one of those things like an edgelord 13-year-old made.
Like Fight Club.
Okay, buddy. All right.
We have Opus coming out the same week. Io Debris, A24 movie. It's about a
Oh,
cult.
it's Io?
Yeah, it's Io.
I always just thought it was Ao.
It's Io. I'm pretty. I think it's Io Debris. That's how I've heard it said. It's about a cult. John Malkovich is in it too.
Another A24 cult movie? Dude, this is just Midsummer 2, all right? Can we just call it Christmas?
I hate you.
Are we going to get Florence Pugh out of that cult, or is she just going to make us jump off the cliff now?
I mean, we're not that old yet, though.
That's
So,
true.
you know.
That's true. It was crazy when the guy from Gran Turismo got skinned alive and like hung up like a pig. Because I was watching that and I was like, hold on, is this the same?
He's also in
person?
Saltburn too, by the way. He's also in Saltburn.
I hated that movie.
Saltburn or Gran Turismo?
Saltburn.
I
Okay,
never
that movie
watched
sucks
it.
either way.
What is like the purpose of the title Saltburn?
I don't.
Is it like
That's
he's
the name
wounded
of like the
and like they
mansion.
put
Yeah.
like Skyfall?
I haven't seen Skyfall.
The
Well,
name of
that's
the-
what the Skyfall is the name of James Bond's house.
Yeah.
Are you guys for real? You never seen that movie?
I've seen
No Time to Die.
All right, whatever.
All right. Everyone's favorite movie, Minecraft movie.
Yeah, go to the
April
next
4th.
one.
the movie that exists.
Jennifer Coolidge is gonna fall in love with a villager. Like that's like a real plot line that's going to happen.
It's just a giant rom-com
It's
with a
literally
villager.
She hits it with their car
It's
too.
like we live
Yeah.
in time. Because doesn't that happen? Doesn't Florence Pugh hit Andrew Garfield with
Yes.
her car?
Oh
does.
my god.
It's like we live in
For a hot
craft.
second.
We live in crap.
We have Warfare.
Yeah, this looks like a
24.
base, boring movie.
But like it
if
looks
I'm be-
fine. I'm excited. Alex Garland, apparently the real guy that's based off of it, he's directing it as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that.
And then Daniel's favorite, Revenge of the Sith, comes out April 21st.
Yes!
For the anniversary.
I just want to make it clear it's not even my favorite Star Wars movie.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be the best
Favorite
movie on this
series.
It's
list.
just the best
No.
Star Wars movie of all time.
Warfare.
I stand on that.
Are you for real?
I am for
Huh?
real.
What about Empire?
Okay.
Empire's up there.
Oh,
Like Empire like has no flaws.
that's
Like
true.
Empire's the sequel of all sequels.
That is true.
Well,
It is better than The Godfather Part 2, by the way.
I agree with
And Dune
that.
Part 2.
ooh, I wouldn't say it's better
It
than
is.
Part 2.
It is. It
No.
is. Do you know what Christopher Nolan compared Dune Part 2?
Empire?
Exactly. Exactly.
I guess.
He didn't say this movie's better than Empire.
Okay.
He said this movie is the Empire of this generation,
I'll
which
s-
is not the
Okay.
same thing.
I'll say this. I think Empire Strikes Back is objectively the best one, but my personal favorite is Revenge of the Sith.
Understandable. I can respect that take.
Well,
Revenge of the Sith is going to rule so hard in theaters, though. I'm seeing it at least like 3 times.
my
I'm
friend's
seeing it
putting it in
5
Dolby
times.
that night, or one night to watch it in there.
Yeah, that's
so.
cool. As
But-
they should.
X was yelling at me, so I think that's all the time we got this week for Plugged In. I'm your host, Tyler, along with Daniel and Max. Tune back in next week for another riveting discussion in pop culture. Good night, everybody. Good night.